Welcome to Echoes of Faith, where stories of hope, grace, and redemption come to life. Each story is a journey of faith, a testament to the power of God's love, and a reminder that no one is ever too far from His grace. On a cold December night, long before the storm was supposed to arrive, Callie found herself fighting through blinding snow on the road home. 3 years of silence and distance weighed heavy on her heart. But in this Echoes of Faith story, she's about to discover that even in fear and loneliness, grace has a way of finding us, often in the most unexpected places. The snowstorm wasn't supposed to arrive until late that night, but hours earlier than predicted, heavy sheets of white poured from the sky, swallowing the world in a blur. Callie tightened her grip on the steering wheel, her knuckles pale beneath the dashboard lights. The heater sputtered, blowing only lukewarm air as icy wind pressed against the windows. She leaned forward, squinting through the swirling snow. Her headlights flashed against the falling flakes, creating a wall of white she could barely see through. "Just a few more miles," she whispered, as if the storm might listen. It had been 3 years since she'd spent Christmas at home. Life, work, and distance had slowly pulled her away, one December after another. But this year, something in her mother's voice had stirred her. A softness, a hope, an ache to reconnect. So she was trying to go home, trying to mend the silence she'd let grow too wide. The storm didn't care. Her tires hit a patch of ice. The car fishtailed sharply. Callie gasped as the vehicle spun once, twice, and slid off the road, landing in a shallow ditch with a jarring thud. The world fell still. Her chest heaved, breath fogging the cold air. She turned the key. Nothing. Again. Nothing. She checked her phone. No service, 3% battery. A slow wave of fear crept up her spine. She bowed her head, hands trembling. "Lord, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Please send help." She sat there for several long minutes, listening to the soft tap of snow on the roof. Then, a beam of light flickered in the storm. She looked up. A figure approached slowly along the road, holding a flashlight. A man, bundled in a thick coat and wool hat, leaned into the wind as he walked, the beam searching the snow. He stopped beside her window and tapped gently. "You all right in there?" His voice was steady, warm. Callie cracked the window an inch. "My car died. I don't have service." He nodded, sympathy softening his features. "I live just up the road on that little farmhouse. I was checking on the animals when I heard something hit the ditch. Storm like this makes them restless, and sometimes it sends drivers off the road. I figured someone might need help. It made sense. It felt human. And safe." She nodded, relieved. "Come on," he said kindly. "Let's get you warm. My wife will make some coffee. It's not far." Callie stepped out carefully, and he offered his arm. "Name's Mark." "I'm Callie." "Good to meet you, Callie. Wish it were in better weather," he said with a small smile. They walked together through the snow, his flashlight guiding their steps. The wind howled, but somehow she felt a little less cold walking beside someone who knew the land. Soon the farmhouse came into view, warm and welcoming. Soft yellow light glowed through the windows. A simple Christmas wreath hung on the door. Through the glass, Callie caught the faint shape of a Christmas tree, decorated with white lights and handmade ornaments. A woman with silver-streaked hair hurried from the kitchen, relief softening her face. "Oh, thank goodness. Come in, dear. Let's warm you up." "Callie, this is my wife, Carol," Mark said with a nod. "She's the heart of this house." Callie settled near the fireplace, warming her hands as Carol handed her a mug of cocoa. "Thank you," Callie said softly, wrapping her hands around the cup. "I live in the next town over. I was heading home for Christmas. It's been almost 3 years since I've been back." Carol smiled gently. "Then tonight was meant for you to get home safely." Mark nodded as he took off his gloves. "Storm like this can catch anyone. You're not the first we've helped, and you won't be the last." Callie breathed in the cocoa's warmth, her stiffness easing. Mark settled into a chair across from her. Storm came early, caught half the town off guard. Carol gave her a knowing smile. "Sometimes it takes a storm to send us back where we belong." They talked softly while the fire crackled, about small towns, Christmas traditions, and the way life can drift in directions we never planned. Nothing heavy, nothing intrusive, just gentle conversation between people who seemed to naturally make room for others. She could feel the tension in her shoulders slowly melting away as she sipped the hot cocoa, letting the familiar taste bring a sense of comfort. The farmhouse was cozy, filled with the scent of pine and the sound of logs popping in the fireplace. Carol bustled about, setting out a plate of freshly baked cookies on the coffee table. "You're welcome to stay here, dear," Carol said with a kind smile. "No need to rush. You're safe here." Callie nodded gratefully, touched by the kindness of these strangers. "Thank you, Carol. I really appreciate it. I don't want to be a bother." "It's no bother," Carol said, disappearing into a back room. Callie's eyes wandered to the Christmas tree in the corner. Memories flooded her mind of childhood Christmases, of laughter and love that seemed so distant now. The ache in her heart pulsed with each flicker of the fire. As Mark settled into the armchair across from her, Callie felt a lump form in her throat. "You mentioned it's been 3 years since you've been back. Must be tough." "Yeah, life gets busy, you know?" Callie's voice wavered slightly, betraying the emotions she had kept locked away for so long. She traced the rim of the cocoa mug with her finger, avoiding Mark's gentle gaze. Mark nodded understandingly, his eyes reflecting a glimmer of empathy. "I do know. Life convinces us we have time, until we realize we've spent it on everything except the ones who care. Don't let that happen to you." Carol returned, arms full of quilts that smelled of cedar and lavender. "For you," she said, placing them beside Callie on the couch. "The guest room's all ready. You should call your folks before the lines get worse. Let them know you're waiting out the storm somewhere safe." Callie took the phone with a grateful nod, stepping toward the window where the reception was strongest. "I'm safe, Mom. Just got caught in the storm. I'll stay here for the night," Callie reassured them, feeling a pang of guilt for causing them concern. Callie hung up, her parents' relief still warm in her ears. Carol brushed her arm gently, as if to say she was family for the night. They lingered by the fire for a while, letting the warmth settle the last of her fear. When her eyes grew heavy, Mark showed her to the guest room. Wrapped in quilts and quiet kindness, Callie drifted into the first peaceful rest she'd had in a long time. The next morning, after the storm eased, Mark helped her back to her car. A neighbor, he called, had already arrived with a tow truck. The engine was jump-started. Her tires were salted. Her tank had even been topped off. All done without her asking. I don't know how to thank you," Callie said, blinking quickly against unexpected tears. "Including the words of wisdom," she added softly. Mark waved it off with a smile. "It's nothing. We take care of folks around here." Carol pressed a small bag of cookies into her hand. "Give your parents our love, and don't wait 3 more years." Callie laughed softly, her throat tight. "I won't." As she drove away, she glanced in the rearview mirror. Mark and Carol stood together in the snowy road, waving. Their porch light glowed behind them, steady, warm, welcoming. Callie placed a hand over her heart. She had prayed in fear and loneliness, and God sent help through 2 people who simply cared enough to look for someone who might need them. Sometimes grace shows up softly, wrapped in warm coats and steady footsteps, carrying nothing but a flashlight and a willingness to help. And as she drove toward home, toward reconnection, toward healing, she understood something she hadn't realized in years. Some prayers are answered not by miracles, but by the kindness of strangers brave enough to stop in the snow. On a cold December night, long before the storm was supposed to arrive, Callie found herself fighting through blinding snow on the road home. 3 years of silence and distance weighed heavy on her heart. But in this Echoes of Faith story, she's about to discover that even in fear and loneliness, grace has a way of finding us, often in the most unexpected places.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, no matter what fires we face, faith will always carry us through. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment. Subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift. This is Echoes of Faith, where every story brings hope. If today's story moved you, be sure to discover more heartfelt journeys in the Echoes of Faith series and uplift your spirit. Don't miss out on the next chapter. There's always more to uncover.